Okay, I gotta turn that off immediately just because we have a show to do. I gotta have the epic music just because we're having
Yes.
tonight, but we're gonna have a season 3 episode tournament reveal show tonight. So yeah, this is gonna be an epic night tonight.
Yeah. Episode three,
Really?
season three episode tournament. This
Yeah.
is the NBA on NBC.
Oh, see, you know the song.
Yes.
I think your brother
Classic.
is the
It's a
one that I kind of
classic.
I think your brother kind of influenced me to actually put that song up. It's
Yeah, he's
true.
definitely influential that way. He's definitely influential that way, at least in terms of, like sports stuff, man.
Yeah. So yeah, welcome guys to a different show. We're not doing a Loud Casa Talks episode reviews tonight. We're gonna be doing a was it a Loud House season 3 best episode tournament bracket reveal. You guys have been voting on Twitter and Instagram on those preliminary rounds, and then we took 2 days to pretty much figure out how many episodes got votes. And then in the end, this is how the tournament is going to be. By the way, for the details about the tournament, we're only accepting 24 episodes. That includes the specials and the 15-minute episodes. So we're pretty much cutting it in half. We have 48. We have 48 episodes altogether that popped up in season 3, but we're cutting it in half to 24. So if your favorite episode did not make it through the halfway line, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's going to be a really decisive one because it's going to be a lot of fighting and a lot of debates between episodes. So yeah, this is going to be one fun tournament to say.
Yeah, I expect a whole lot, of episode debates in this episode for sure, in this live stream.
Yeah, so welcome everyone. I hope you all have a great week. Omid, let's go back to our weekly checkup. Omid, how have you been since last Wednesday?
I've been pretty chill, honestly. Of course, Saturday I went to see a movie with a friend of mine. We went to see the movie Elvis, and of course, it
How
was
was that?
rocking and rolling, baby. Like Elvis was actually, it's actually a really, it's actually a really deep movie, like honest, like emotional deep. Like you do see how like Elvis is sort of like struggling with being the king of rock and roll and all that stuff.
Mm.
Like he's a hit, of course, he's a legend, but um like there are side effects that come with being the king of rock and roll, like like stress and all that kind of stuff, and all that stuff. And so yeah, I loved Elvis. I've loved his music. I respect him as a king of rock and roll. So yeah, honestly, it was a good time. And also on Sunday, I went to a local con called
Hmm.
King Yubi Con.
Oh, but speaking of which, we actually do have a segment for you to talk about King UbiCon 2022, Omid. Do you want to explain your thoughts about that convention? I didn't attend, by the way. There's reasons why, and I'm not going to really pull in detail about King UbiCon and why I didn't attend anymore. But Omid, if you want to continue on, go ahead.
Well, another friend of mine, there's this friend of mine that runs a Kinyubi Con itself, and because he runs the con, and because of course it's an easy drive from my house to the actual con
It's
itself.
literally in the same town I live, by the way.
Yeah, because of that, I decided to go and give Kinyubi Con my support. It's nothing too big. It's just your low budget small con. Of course, you got a small artist alley, then you got video games and all that stuff. So I just like went around laps, pretty much bought some swag and played some video games.
My thing right here is that it's just a very small place. Before it used to be in a hotel, and I think the budget kind of dipped out because they spend it so much on a hotel
It
and
did.
special guests like Christine Cabanos and I think another voice actor. And that really took down the budget. And no doubt about it, ever since then, it started to just like dip from there. I know he's a friend of mine too, the one who's running Can You Be Con. I got to give him my support, but at the same time, do I really want to be there for the whole day, checking out this convention? I'm sorry, but I couldn't be able to go to Can You Be Con this time.
It's understandable though. It's understandable.
See, now you get me. But yeah, good job. You also went to KinUbiCon. That's great. This weekend has been fine for me. I went to on Saturday. I went to check out on my what was it? My card shop. Played some White Schwartz. Went 1 and 2 on my fake Grand Order deck. So it's doing well. It's just I need to play it right. Then I gotta go. Then I went to round 1. Played some DDR. Played some awesome stuff out there. I tried to win one of those crane game, plushies, and then that didn't end up going well. Then Sunday was the Sunday actually on Sunday I actually checked out an awesome movie. Um Actually, you know what? I mean, I know we were supposed to watch Easter Sunday, but I couldn't be able to wait for it, so I wanted to watch it immediately. So I went to watch it by myself.
Oh,
Easter
nice.
Sunday. So it turned out. Well, you went to KinYubiCon. I went to watch the Easter Sunday. It turned out to be a really fun movie. The comedy, obviously, it's a Filipino movie, so obviously, me being Filipino, I kind of wanted to see how this goes. It's really funny, but to be fair, it is a comedy video. It is a comedy movie, which means it doesn't really get that stellar quarter reviews, which makes sense. So for me, it hits me so hard considering like all the stuff that was going around when it comes to that movie. I was like, okay, this really does affect me a lot. I know this. I know we go to church on Sunday. I know we wear barongs on this event. We do this and that. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. This is a huge Filipino movie. So I was like, okay, you know what? That really got me. I love that. I love that movie just because of the Filipino culture that got represented in that movie. But to be fair, if you were looking at it as a person who judges movies and stuff like that, you'll probably say like it's not that great. And I would agree with that person too. So, like I said, it hits me really hard because it's a Filipino movie. It's great. It's awesome. I love it. Really funny. But if you're talking about stellar, I would say like B out of like an A. Like if you're giving me a grade from A to F, I would say a B, not like anything A-ish or something like that. But yeah, Easter Sunday was a great movie.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I'm glad you
Yeah.
enjoyed it, and I can see why you would love it because it is, it examines Filipino culture. So I
Hmm.
know for a fact that it would hit you right at home and stuff.
It hit me definitely right at home. So I was like, oh my god, I know everything that was talked about in that. But yeah, if you guys want to check out the what was it, Easter Sunday. It's on the movie theaters right now, so check it out. And then one more thing too is that I also did something where I was going to revive my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel used to be Wayside Films back in the days of 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I'm changing it up because I actually have a lot of subscribers in my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna try to hopefully make it to 1,000 and actually monetize from it. And that's where I'm gonna come in and say, hey, why don't you check out my YouTube channel? It's called
Nice.
Nate's GP it's a con videos. That's the YouTube channel name, but the link is gonna be right over here. So if you guys want to go check out my YouTube channel, go take a picture of that. Go to YouTube, click subscribe. I'm gonna be putting a lot of stuff, especially at D23, since we're gonna be going to that convention. So
Yes.
expect us to do like some vlogs. Expect us to go around the convention, check out the panels and this kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna be uploading it all over into my brand new Nate's GP con videos. So please check that out. I would love to have like the great subscribers that everybody wants.
Yep. And spoilers, it stars us, like me and Nate are the main cast of the video. So
Well, it's my YouTube,
I know.
so
And also after KinyobiCon, I went home and watched House of the Dragon with my family. And simply put, House of the Dragon is really epic.
okay. Nice. So that's good. And then on Monday, we actually get some awesome presents. If you've been noticing recently, we have some brand new characters up in our shelf here. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Sprig.
Bro, I want that Marcy
I
plushie
know.
so bad,
Dude,
man.
why didn't you pick up these? Because we're gonna have brand new characters on to the to the rack. We got Sasha here. Hello, Sasha.
Oh,
Welcome to the rap panel there.
well, here's the thing. By the time I actually got onto mysteryshack.com and actually
It
checked
was
the
already
site
sold out,
out,
right?
it
You're
was
too late. You were too
it was
late.
already sold out, man. But
I remember the link that they were talking about. I was like, dude, I know that we're at MagWest. Give me some time for me to actually buy it online, and then I was able to get at least a couple of plushies. So yeah, Sasha's here, and and Anne is here too. So hey, at least all of them are now going to be joining Marcy up there.
like honestly, my number one priority is of course my favorite character, Marcy. I plan to pre-order her from this other user. But it's a third chance and I gotta get on it like quick.
Yeah, I
So
know,
yeah,
but
I'll be prepared for that.
you just hope that artist actually makes more amphibia, plushies, if anything, because I would love to get more of that, if if anything. But who knows, who says? But it's going to be quite an interesting kind of thing. But anyway, that is the plushie that you're gonna be getting from that artist. So yeah, if you can grab it, man.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, so I believe it's time. I think we're done with our weekly checkup. So let's actually go ahead and go straight to our best episode tournament. We're not going to reveal the tournament just yet. We always do this sort of thing where we actually talk about like the worst episodes, and then the like best episodes will come in during the tournament round, and then we always have our quote unquote last five out, the last five episodes that could be able to make it through the tournament. So like I said, we only have 24 episodes going into the tournament, and of course we have those episodes that ended up being like the worst episode, and it just makes you think. If you look at these worst episodes, it makes you think, for the sister episode, did it actually make it all the way to the top five? See, so it makes you think, makes you want to think. If if the sister episode made it to the bottom five, does it mean that they actually make it to the top five? So that's the thing that you got to think about. That's what I like about this whole thing that we're going to reveal right now. Anyways, let's move on ahead and let's go straight to the bottom five. All right, bottom five episodes. We're going to bring up our little panel here, so let's share our screen. Where's our panel? There it is. Our bottom five episodes. Unfortunately, unfortunately some episodes couldn't be able to make it through this to this round. So yeah, let's go ahead and go straight to it. Omid, do you have a thought of like what is in the bottom five?
Well, okay. I don't hate the episode. I consider it a guilty pleasure of mine, but I know for a fact that there are a lot of people within the fandom that have complained about this certain episode. And of course, like, even though I'm not exactly on board with the hate like everyone else is, I gotta say, ruthless people.
Ruthless People. Here's the surprise about this. Ruthless People is not in the bottom five.
Whoa, what? That's actually
Yeah,
kind of a
it's
shocker.
not in the bottom
It's
five.
it's actually a pleasant surprise for me because, like, for some reason, for some weird reason, I find myself kind of enjoying the episode. So I'm just like, okay,
Okay.
well,
It's weird because like the ending was terrible. That's the thing. I think the only thing that kind of got me was the ending, because it's like, is this how you end the episode? This is not the this is the worst way to do it, because it doesn't actually give you a solution.
yeah, like, honestly, this would have been better fit if it was like the first half of a 30-minute episode. But no, the ending was like so abrupt. It was so unfinished. Yeah, I do have to agree with everyone else. That that
There
ending
we go.
was not well done at all.
I would
But
say so. Not really good ending. Here's the thing. I was actually thinking bottom ruthless people actually made it to the bottom, but people actually voted. Here's the thing. The sister episode is What Would Lincoln Do? And both weren't good episodes. So, it just makes you think like What Would Lincoln Do probably will not have a lot of votes, but maybe it kind of fared out, considering like you were looking at two of the worst episodes of season 3, and you're kind of like thinking, do we really care about What Would Lincoln Do? Do I vote for
yeah,
I have to vote for What
I
Would Lincoln Do, right?
I I personally do not like What Would Lincoln Do. I'm sorry, I just really don't like that episode. So if it's in the bottom five, honestly, like, I wouldn't lose sleep over it. I'm just be like, I actually kind of agree. It's kind of a bad episode.
Okay, all right, that's what you say. But remember, what would Lincoln do? Actually won the matchup, by the way. So
I, I mean,
to say the least,
it's
what
not.
is it? What would Lincoln do would at least make it through out of the bottom five at least.
I mean, it's not
Just to
like,
let you know.
here's the thing. Like, even though I don't like the episode, right? Really don't like it. I can see why a lot of people do like What Would Lincoln Do, and it's by the fact that it presents PTSD very well. It actually does, and I do agree that in terms of how it represented Lincoln's, you know, uh, anxiety and stuff like that. I didn't say PTSD. I said anxiety, stress disorder when performing a project. Like, I tried to see that they nailed it to a T. Everything else though was crap.
Yeah, everything else was just whatever. I get it. The whole stress factor of the episode was the one thing that matters, but yeah, it wasn't that great. Okay, so that means What Would Lincoln Do and Ruthless People are not in the bottom five, which means let's go ahead and start revealing them out right now. All right, let's start off with the number one. Let's start off with the worst episode based off your votes. And just a heads up, we do have a tie here. They both have 41 votes, but it all depends on how dominated they were. For example, like, because of the sister episode being so over, like, had more votes compared to the other person who also had 41 votes that got the same, that also got dominated. It all depends on how many votes the other team got dominated for. Anyways, it's a lot of talk. It's a lot of talk to say. But for number one worst, Omid, I kind of surprised about this one, but it kind of tells me that the sister episode could go really far. based off your vote with only 41 votes, the
Mhm.
first, no, sorry, the number one worst episode, Absent Minded, is the first worst episode. So that's the worst episode overall for season three. How
Really?
are your thoughts on that? Yeah, 41
I'm
votes.
I'm actually kind of shocked by this because Absent Minded, like it was okay. I wouldn't really say it's a stellar episode. I wouldn't even say it's one of my favorites. It's definitely not one of the worst either. It certainly wouldn't be top five material at all, not even close.
But bottom five, I would expect it to be like that. This is a Clyde episode that he, tried to get a perfect record and all.
I found it interesting though how the Clink and McCloud duo has kind of switched where like Clyde is now the main man with the plan and Lincoln is the sidekick. Like that was honestly the closest thing to the most that was honestly the most interesting thing about the episode was the switcheroo.
Yeah, that was it. I mean, here's the thing. I cared more about the fact that Clyde ended up being the lead protagonist in this episode, but is it that bad of a role for him? I don't get it. And the other thing too, here's the thing you want to think about, by the way. What is the sister episode, by the way, of Absent Minded?
Be Still on My Heart.
Yeah. So do you think Be Still in My Heart might be, a little bit higher? Did they
I
get really
honestly think
dominated?
that
Really
I think
dominated over Absent Minded?
yeah, I think the reason why, like honestly, the only possible reason I could think of as to why Absent Minded would be number one is because there were way too many. There was like a lot of these votes for "Be Still on My Heart," so
Mhm.
I think like because his sister episode was so popular is the reason why Absent Minded was anything but.
It's so weird considering that it's both Twitter and Instagram votes that total up to 41. I'm just like, wow, really? You guys didn't like this episode? Anyways, yeah, so Absent Minded is the worst episode, and we'll just continue going down the line, and then, like I said, we'll just get you discussing why did it get so bad. So let's head over to number two, based off your votes again. 41 votes for this one, and I think it's the blame for the sister episode on this one. But the second worst episode is No Place Like Homeschool. So, what do you think about that
What?
one? No Place Like Homeschool.
Okay. I can okay. I can forgive Absent Minded being one of the bottom five, being one of the top two worst, but no place like homeschool. No, absolutely not. Come on, like don't you dare disrespect Lola like that. How dare
Lola
you?
is a homeschooler. Plus, she also is busy with was it pageants and everything. What about all the other like Laos that ended up going to homeschool and they ended up failing pretty epically.
Like honestly, that episode was so touching. Like you see, like I was so proud of Lola how responsible she was. We didn't think she was that responsible. Like, yeah, it turns out that she's actually on top of her schoolwork, and she's top of balancing a work life balance, all that stuff. Like, yeah, I just love Lola in this episode.
I
Like,
know
she
exactly.
turned out to be
Like,
the responsible one of all characters.
yeah, exactly. And I'm just like so surprised that nobody really wanted this to go up. And remember, the sister episode is selfie improvement. I don't know if that really did get like some stellar votes though. I don't think it was like top five material or anything like that. But yeah, No Place Like Homeschool, 41 votes only from both Twitter and Instagram. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You guys are like making this hard for me just to actually put these into the poll.
Yeah, honestly, no. Like, honestly, just like with "Be Still on My Heart," self improvement is the only plausible
Mm.
explanation I can think of as to why no place like homeschool is placed like that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to think about, but then again, we'll let our fans discuss because they're the ones who voted for this. So that's your fault, guys.
This is on
I'm
you.
just
Like,
running. I'm just running this
I'm
by your votes, guys. I'm just running this by your votes.
do you see this? I'm pointing at all of you. Like all of you. I'm pointing the finger at all of you. All of you are like responsible for this.
So let's actually So we already have our bottom two. Let's go to our third one with
Especially
40
you. Especially you.
with 43 votes based off Twitter and Instagram and how everybody was voting. With only 43 votes, that would be Antic Doff. Okay, I actually agree on that one because I don't like that episode.
Anti-Tough, it was like average. I wouldn't say I liked it or disliked it. I just found it to be a meh episode.
Okay, yeah, I got it to be a man episode. I understand it's supposed to be a Clyde and what was it, Zach episode, but then of course Lincoln had to butt in because he's losing his best friend, etc., etc. But yeah, I was okay with this kind of placement. I kind of thought it was going to be like in the bottom five, considering that it wasn't that great of an episode. But yeah, Antique Dom. I think we both agree on this. It wasn't that great. And then
Yeah,
we're all saying no place like homeschool and absent-minded. What?
I'm sorry, but no. Like absent-minded, cool. No place like homeschool. No, just no. How dare you put it there?
I know exactly. Why didn't you all do so great, guys? Your fans are whatever.
Maybe
All
it's because
right,
like I'm a
so
huge Lola fan. That's why I'm a bit upset because I'm
maybe
a
that,
Lola
maybe that.
fan.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I believe that's probably why. But yeah, so yeah, your bottom three is currently here. But let's continue on here. Now on number 4, with only 45 votes based off the voting of Twitter and Instagram, number 4 worst episode is Rita Her Rights. Rita Her Rights, 4th worst episode. What are your thoughts on that?
It was a pretty good Rita episode. Honestly, I would say that it doesn't deserve to be a bottom 5 in my opinion. It was pretty like good but not great. Good but not great.
I'd say it was okay. I don't know what's to say about it. Rita Her Rights. Well, I mean, this is definitely a Rita episode, and for her first episode, it wasn't that bad. Um, but yeah, Rita Her Rights still ended up being like the 4th worst, I would imagine. But yeah. So I guess we're in agreement here that it kind of deserved it.
Um I personally don't think so, but I don't have any strong particular feelings for Rita or Her Rights. You know the funny thing though, like with all these episodes, I don't have that much strong feelings for any of these episodes, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I mean, to be fair, Absent Minded and No Place Like Homeschool, they're the two that I actually thought would actually not be in the bottom 5. At least Ad Take Off and Rita Her Rights were kind of like there. Although to be fair, I believe some of y'all are probably gonna hate number 5 though.
Okay, what is it? Bring it.
All right, based off your votes with 50 votes, based off what everybody's saying from Twitter and Instagram, the number 5 worst episode will be Twice. That
What?
one Luann episode. Yes.
What?
Fool me twice. Fool me twice.
Yo,
I know
like,
Omid is angry at that one.
this episode got robbed, man. Y'all just robbed Full Me Twice.
How dare you all not understand?
I'm sorry, like this is what I have strong feelings for because I love Fool Me Twice. I love Fool Me Twice. Like it's another continuation of like Luann's April Fools,
her
episodes
trilogy.
that I love.
Yeah,
it's
a
trilogy. I mean, it was the Luann Loud April Fool's trilogy before we got to the beginning of the Luann and Lily April Fool's trilogy that is Songs of the Luanns. But yeah, with Fool Me Twice, it was another solid Luann April Fool's episode. It really shows, it continues to show Luann's evil genius side in terms of the pranks and how she can pretty much turn the tables on her family. Like, brilliant stuff. I don't know what you guys are thinking.
I don't understand either. I was like, I thought Fool Me Twice would be out of the bottom 5, but I'm looking at the count here and I'm like, there are some that actually kind of deserve to be in the bottom 5. They actually get a lot of votes. Like, for example, Instagram. Instagram is not in the bottom 5, by the way. Why did that be in the bottom 5? Because I didn't like that episode. It's like there's more. What is it? A Fridge Too Far. Yeah, there's just it's weird, but how Fool Me Twice ended up being bottom 5, I just couldn't understand. Is it because City Slickers was really a good episode? Is it really is it really that good?
You people have no taste, I swear. JK, you people have no taste. I'm just kidding. No.
Okay, but here's the thing, Omid. I know that this bottom 5 does kind of hurt, considering that we have some episodes like Fool Me Twice, for example, that actually made it to the bottom 5.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say this, though. There was one episode that I got really pissed off about that actually made it almost to the bottom 5. Do you want to see the 6th? Do you want to see what was 6th place?
Do tell.
Do you want to see what was 6th place? Like,
pray tell.
I was so angry. when it was number 6. He only had 52 votes, by the way. Number 6. Middleman was number 6.
Are you kidding? Do you not see it?
Do you not understand what Lynn did in that episode? Do you not understand what Lynn did in that episode?
Oh my god, that backstory was so sad. I totally felt for Lynn. I totally felt for Lynn. Like as someone who got bullied in middle school, yeah, like I totally sympathize with Lynn. I'm just like, did y'all watch the episode like until the blacktop scene? Like, really? Like, how could you look at Bill Ben and say, yeah, honestly, it's one of the weaker season 3 episodes? I'm just like, no.
Compared to Everyone Loves Lenny, I mean, I thought Middleman was better, definitely better.
Yeah, Middleman was better mainly because of Lynn's backstory. Like Lynn's backstory, like it gives like a full picture. It paints a full picture of the character, and of course, now we do know why that Lynn behaves the way she does, because she wants to be tough in order to avoid getting bullied again. So she pretty much tries to toughen up Lincoln so like he doesn't get bullied himself. I'm just like, that is beautiful stuff right there. How dare you all? How dare you all? Middleman deserves justice.
That's not my fault. That is not my fault. That is definitely on the people who are voting. So I don't know.
No, I'm not,
you want to talk? You want to tell them? You want to tell them that?
No, I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming all the people who somehow don't see, a very well written episode when they see it.
I know. It's just so sad to see this because, like, now it just makes me feel like this bottom 5 here that I'm looking at. I'm like, what's going on here? What are the fans doing? Are we really?
I can't even, man. I can't even. Like, seriously, you put episodes like you put episodes like freaking What Would Lincoln Do like somewhere at the top, but then you put Middleman and Fool Me Twice at the bottom 5. This is injustice.
Yeah, put them not the bottom 5. Middleman is number 6, but still it was close to the bottom 5. And I'm like, why do you not understand Lynn's
bottom
episode?
5, bottom 6.
Yeah, it's so bad. I'm like, wow, did you guys really like Lenny? It's the reason why you voted for Lenny episodes?
Yeah. If Middleman had actually been the bottom 5, I would have shut my laptop.
Oh no, he would have quit. He would have quit. He would have quit by now.
I would have quit. I would have quit.
It's like, done. We're done here. This tournament doesn't make any sense now. Forget the tournament.
It's like, am I living in an alternate reality? Am I living in a dream, in the nightmare?
Anyway.
Wake me up.
Either way, this is your bottom 5. Omid, your thoughts on this little bottom 5, bottom 6 here?
Okay, aside from Fool Me Twice and Middleman, like, and to a certain extent, like No Place Like Home School, I don't mind that much. But honestly, what really killed it though is the 5th and 6th entries. That's what killed it for me.
I'm like, wow, like, did you not see how great Luann's trilogy was gonna end with that episode? I mean, she was epically crying that she was about to move, that was a good episode. And y'all didn't expect Lynn to actually help Lincoln out in Middleman. I'm like, come on. Yeah, it's just hard. Anyways, yeah, so y'all voted for this, but yeah, your bottom 5 is pretty much right there. The worst episode is Absent Minded, and then the 5th worst episode is Fool Me Twice. All the episodes are there. This also tells you that they will not be in the tournament. So there you go. All right, Omid, it's time to actually bring out the bracket now, and let's get things started for y'all. Where's the epic music? Where'd it go? Omid picked up the epic music, and we decided to pick up. Where'd it go? Pull up. Oh shoot! Did I delete it? Okay. Oh shoot! I'm sorry, guys. Did we go for again? It was. What did we go? What song did we go for again?
Melee Tournament Music 2.
Okay, Melee Tournament Music 2. Okay, so I'm gonna put this over here. Oh shoot! All right, so let's put out the epic music now.
Yes.
And let's get things started here.
Melee has the best music ever. Like Super Smash Bros. Melee, S tier video game music.
All right, so it's time to actually bring out the bracket here. Let's start off with the number 1 seed. Omid, you had your thoughts on what would be number 1. Omid, who do you think your number 1 episode will be overall in the tournament?
Play it loud. Play it loud. I got no time for turning it down.
Okay. You know what's kind of crazy? I think everybody said that play it like that. What was it? Sorry.
Really loud music.
Really Loud Music was going to be number one, but I got some bad news for y'all. It's not number one. It is not the
What?
number one episode.
What
It
could
is
possibly
not the number
top the
one episode.
masterpiece? What could
Good
possibly
question.
top the
Good
masterpiece that
question,
is
by
Real
the
Loud
way.
Music?
So Really Loud Music is not the number one seed. We'll give it to you right now based off your votes with Instagram and Twitter all together with 162 votes. The number one seed goes to Racing Hearts. That's number one. So Racing Hearts is your number one seed overall. So there you go. Congrats
Yes,
to all the
I'll
fans who
accept
voted.
it.
It is Racing Hearts.
Yes, yes. Salute fans, we unite. Let's go. Yes, Racing
So
Hearts, baby.
Yeah, this tells you that this is going to be an epic battle here, considering that Racing Hearts and Really Loud Music did win championships, did win the best episode, like yearly championships to say.
Yes, 100% deserved. Yes.
So how do you feel about Racing Hearts being the number one overall seed?
We salute fans win, baby. Let's go. Racing Hearts. Oh my god. I love Racing Hearts. It's one of my favorite season 3 episodes, and it's one of my favorite Loud House episodes ever. I love the dynamic between Luna and Sam. I love how the episode fully develops their relationship, where they turn out to be like into different things, but then they come to embrace each other's differences at the end, like accept each other's differences at the end, and you know, and all that stuff. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful. Yes. Thank you.
So yeah, definitely. You know what? I was thinking either Racing Hearts or Really Loud Music will get into the 1, 2, 3 to say, but no doubt about it. I think this definitely deserves it, considering that its competition was it the right stuff. So no doubt about it. I think Racing Hearts definitely was the dominant one out of that matchup, and it looked like every Saluna fan definitely voted for that. So yeah, number one overall is Sam and Luna with Racing Hearts. So no doubt about it. Their first date. It was their first date. So yeah, it makes sense. All right, let's go down. So the number one seed Racing Hearts will face off against the winner of the 16th, 17th seed. Let's go ahead and reveal that to you right now. So based off your votes, the number 16 seed with 112 votes. Omid will hate this. It's Roadie to Nowhere, number 16, and they'll face off against the number 17. Based off your votes, 111 with 111 votes, it's Tripped. So this is gonna be a tough one to say. You got Luna's like finding her career versus Trip, which was an epic vacation before the Louds. I know me definitely wanted Roadie to Nowhere to make it, but 16th seed. What are your thoughts on that?
Yo, like honestly, this episode is such an underappreciated masterpiece. I'm honestly very upset with the Loud House fandom for not giving Roadie to Nowhere the love and appreciation it truly deserves. Like honestly, despite it being so underappreciated, despite it not being talked about all that much, like I know I sound like, you know, I'm the minority of this, but honestly, like I'm the only one that says this. It's still my favorite episode. Like I'm proud to have it as my favorite episode.
It is true. I mean, to be fair, not bad of an episode for Luna, but I can totally see why the other episodes that are above Roadie to Nowhere was a little bit better. But there are some that are kind of questionable. I mean, to be fair, Racing Hearts, Really Loud Music. There's also other specials that were there as well. Be Still in My Heart, I think, was definitely better than Roadie to Nowhere. So no doubt about it. I definitely could see that. That's the reason why I kind of thought that it was, you know, around that level, but not 16. I thought it was going to be like maybe 10 or maybe 11 because it was that good. I was like, why 16 out of all times? Like, I guess there are better episodes than Roadie to Nowhere.
Not to me.
But yeah, so that will be your first matchup for the 16-17. That's going to be pretty epic. I don't know how this will go. I believe Trip might have the advantage considering that there are a lot of fans who love Tripped. So I might say goodbye knockout to Roadie to Nowhere.
Not to me.
Omid is just going straight to Roadie to Nowhere. All right, with that in mind, let's go straight to the bottom of this quarter of bracket here. So let's head over and reveal your number 8 seed based off your votes. According to our voting polls here with Instagram and Twitter all together, the total votes for 130 votes. It's an interesting one for the number 8 seed, but it's White Hair as number 8. Your thoughts on White Hair being that high?
Like I can see why they would rank White Hair as being one of the top 10. I personally don't see it that way, but I can definitely see why it would be as such. Like it was Stella's first, you know, not only appearance, but first
Mention.
ever appearance.
Okay, so
like like first ever appearance with her in the bow before they revamped her character appearance, her character design. Also because the rabbits were actually the original concept for the Loud House.
Exactly. So I think that's one thing too. But the thing is that why number 8? I can totally see it as number 12, 13, maybe lower 16, 17. But yeah, it did go that high. Is it because of the sister episode Instagram? Maybe that was the reason why. Maybe everybody wanted to vote for white hair. Because of that, I don't think it's a Stella thing too. I think it's also the family, instinct as well. I feel like that was also pretty, touching when the family helped out Lincoln, especially when she was asking out Stella and all.
Yeah. And then that speech they gave them about how he's perfect the way he is. He's, awesome in his
Yeah,
own way.
exactly. So I think that was kind
Mhm.
of the reason why. But like I said, not. I don't think it deserves to be that high. But yeah, white hair number 8.
You're
But now,
yanking out. You're
okay.
yanking out.
Oh, Lily. All right, so let's actually. So number 8 seed, white hair will face off against the number 9 and 24 seed. Let's reveal those to you right now. At number 9 with 129 votes in total, the number 9 seed, Selfie Improvement. It's the Lori Carroll episode. It'll face off against the number 24 seed with only 99 votes, Game Boys. Okay, so I kind of think that we already have a dominant one here.
Yeah, self improvement's gonna, totally demolish Game Boys hands down. I like Game Boys, but let's be honest, self improvement was definitely one of the
I didn't
better
expect,
season 3
I
episodes.
didn't expect Game Boys to actually make it to the tournament. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that great of an episode. So I was like, yeah, Self Improvement, no doubt, is gonna win, and hopefully Self Improvement does make it and beat White here. And then against Racing Cards, that's gonna be a big challenge for sure.
I mean, if you're not a gamer, then the episode isn't that great. But if you are a gamer, you can relate to this episode in some way, shape, or form.
Right. But yeah, this is your first half of the bracket. So far, it's been okay so far, I would imagine, for this quarter little area of the bracket. So let's go ahead and mow down to the bottom side of the bracket as we reveal the number 4 seed. So again, based off your votes, with 142 votes, this one surprises me, but I absolutely love it here in the number 4 seed. With 142 votes, he's Stella My Heart. Yeah, that high. You all are huge Stella fans.
There you go, Stella fans.
Yes. I'm huge in this. I love it, but to be this high, I don't know. I feel like it could probably it could probably lose to Racing Hearts. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna. Racing Heart is gonna be Stella My Heart. Let's be honest here.
I don't know. Here's the thing. Here's my thing. I need some Stella fans. I need some Stella fans to support this episode. Then come on, you put it up this high. You put it up this high.
For every one Stella fan, there's gonna be like 30 to 50 Luna and Saluna fans. Okay, so you guys got nothing on us.
I don't know, man. This is gonna be an interesting one. But yeah, Be Still My Heart, number 4, really high spot according to me. I think it's a really high spot. Omi, do you think it's so too?
I think it was a bit too high. I would say it's at least top 10. I wouldn't say top 5.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree with you too. So, Be Still in My Heart will face off against the matchup with the 13 and 20 seed. So let's reveal those episodes to you right now. So based off your votes, the number 13 seed with 115 overall votes goes to Shop Girl. And the number 20 seed, based off your votes with 107 votes. What would Lincoln do? So, a good, interesting matchup here. Omid, your thought? You've already said this before. What would Lincoln do? Why is it in the tournament? Now it's in the tournament.
Yeah, honestly, can we just switch out, put Phobie twice? Let's switch out what would Lincoln do with Phobie twice or Middleman, please? Because, yeah, honestly, what would Lincoln do? I don't imagine it going that far at all. Shop Girl is definitely going to win this one because I really do like Shop Girl. I really like Shop Girl. Like, honestly,
Shop Girl was great just for Lenny, just because a lot of the Lenny fans definitely popped up for this one.
And honestly, I don't get the argument of the loud kids were teaching Lenny how to be mean. It's like, no, they were teaching Lenny. They were teaching Lenny how to be more assertive because in the real world, there are going to be jerks in the real world, and you're going to have to pretty much be assertive, pretty much stand up for yourself in order for you to survive in this world. So honestly, the Loud siblings were doing her a huge favor by teaching
I think
her
so
this
too.
stuff.
I agree with that as well, and I believe this definitely helped out Lenny, especially growing up and all. So yeah, I mean, Chop Girl, I think that was well deserved at 13. Still kind of debating why what would Lincoln do actually made it to the tournament, but I would say I'm sorry for those Lincoln fans out there. I'm pretty sure that's going to be dominated over Shop Girl. So yeah. All right, so let's move over to the bottom half of this bracket. We'll head over to the number 5 seed overall. Based off your votes, with 139 votes from Twitter and Instagram, the number 5 seed is Head Pose Anxiety. Okay, that was definitely deserved. I think here's the thing. Head Pose Anxiety, it's so weird considering that it was like the last seed during the best episode 5 episode tournament thing, a 5-year tournament thing, and then now it has its rightful spot at number 5. So I mean, you love this episode. Explain your thoughts on number 5 for Head Pose Anxiety.
Like, this is an episode that totally deserves like to be in the top 5. It 100% deserves it. It's definitely one of the best season 3 episodes and one of the best Loud House episodes in general. I love the chemistry between Luann and Lucy. I love how it's pretty much two different artists of their own forms, like Luann with her comedy bit and Lucy with her poetry writing. I love how Luann plays a big sister role to Lucy, and you wouldn't expect it to work that well because they're two different and opposite personalities, but they actually managed to work each other off very well. And I love the end. Like, oh my god, one of the best endings ever. Like, and especially the closing shot of Luann looking proudly at Lucy while she's on stage is just, oh my gosh, yes, this is what I mean when I say closing shots are everything. They actually mean much more to an episode than you may think.
I think so. That's the reason why I kind of really love this episode. This definitely was an amazing episode. I thought it would be like in that same spot, 1v2, where it actually makes it to the number 2 seed, but it hits up to 5, and I'm okay with that. I believe it can actually make it all the way to the top. The thing is that you have Racing Hearts, you have Be Still on My Heart on the way. I have a feeling Head Pose Anxiety could beat Be Still on My Heart, but then when it faces off against Racing Hearts, that's a tough one. That's gonna be a very tough one.
It kind of will be. And honestly, like, I would be happy with either Racing Hearts or Head Poets Anxiety because I love both episodes. They're both in my top 5 season 3 episodes.
Sounds good. All right, let's head over. So the number 5 seed Head Pose Anxiety will face off against the matchup between the 12 and 21 seed. Let's go ahead and reveal those out to you right now. According to your votes, number 12 seed with 117 votes, that goes to Gown and Out. Yep, Gown and Out. And we'll face off against the number 21 seed with 103 votes. Deal Me Out. All right, Gown and Out versus Deal Me Out. I love the out part that actually happens in this matchup.
Hey, so which episode will knock the other out?
Yeah, see. So what do you think? You got Lola in her pageant episode, and it's a good bonding episode between Lola and Lori in this one. Against Deal Me Out, which talks about Clyde and Lincoln thinking about growing up from what they love and all. So what do you think is the better episode in this matchup?
I never thought that I would say this about a Lola episode and a Click of a Cloud episode because usually when it comes to Lola episodes, I love Lola episodes in general. There's not a single one that I think are meh or terrible. They're all really great, and this is no exception. Dealing with Click of a Cloud episodes, though, I feel that they range from meh to forgettable, honestly, for the most part. But Deal Me Out manages to stand out as the best Click of a Cloud episode to me. Like, honestly, this and Baby Steps are the only two legitimately great Click of a Cloud episodes in the Loud House, in my opinion. The reason why I consider Deal Me Out to be the best Click of a Cloud episodes, and why I think in terms of these two, Deal Me Out stands as technically the better one in my opinion, is because it definitely hits me. It hits me so hard with that message because as someone like who is 30 years old that's still into cartoons, anime, Disney movies, and all that good stuff, I definitely relate to the overall premise of the episode. I definitely relate to its message. I love the message that they go for, that no matter how old you get, you can still love stuff like, a savvy and all that stuff. And I'm just like, yes, this is honestly an episode that, kids and adults of all ages like should, watch. Like, it's definitely an episode for them.
To be honest, when I look at this matchup, it's a toss-up. because I do love the episode Down and Out, considering how Lori was so supportive to Lola and how the sister bonding moment definitely was between both of them. I mean, the fact that Lori relates a moment in her life, losing to Carol Pingrave, for example, for a crown, and still having the fun time. It kind of relates to Lola in this episode, considering that she was thinking that she was the best overall, but there's a lot more competition. I love the story in that. But then Deal Me Out does relate to me, considering that, yeah, I am old, like in my 30s too, and I'm liking anime. And look at me, just looking all these Loud House, yeah, anime plushies everywhere, and it just tells you like you're not too old to love stuff like this. So yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a toss up for me. I don't know what to vote. I have to wait until that matchup pops up, but I think it's gonna be definitely a good matchup between these two.
Yeah, definitely for sure.
All right, now we pretty much finished up half of the bracket. Omid, how do you like this whole first half here?
I gotta be honest. There were some parts I liked, some parts not so much. Like honestly, I'm just like Road to Nowhere 16. What is wrong with you all? Like, what timeline am I living in? What timeline am I living in where Road to Nowhere is not even in the top 15? Come on. But then again, I do like how Racing Horse is part of the top 5. And Pose Society is part of top 5. And the matchups are really interesting.
I think right now this is going to be quite an interesting matchup. I think I do love the whole first round matchup with Down and Out versus Deal Me Out. I don't know how that will flip around with the directions and stuff, but I believe there could be an upset here. There's a lot of fans who like Deal Me Out compared to Down and Out, so watch out for that. I do want to see Be Stella My Heart continue to go high. I hope so. Hope they can beat Head Poise Anxiety. Hope they can beat Racing Hearts. Where's my Stella fans? Hopefully you Stella fans can, hopefully.
Not a snowball's chance. Like when it comes to Be Stella My Heart versus Racing Horse, let me tell you, Stella fans, you don't have a snowball's chance.
I want my Stella fans out there to come up, rise with me. Let's get this going.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. You're gonna need it.
All right, let's move over to the right side of the bracket here as you now go to the number 2 seed overall, Omid. I will have to say this. I believe you fans definitely do appreciate the number 2 seed. Do appreciate the number 2 seed overall. Based off your votes, with 154 votes, that goes to where's my number 2? That goes to Really Loud Music. So at least that went number 2.
Let's go. Yes. If not number 1, at least number 2. Yes, this is perfect. This episode is a 30-minute masterpiece.
Okay, I think so too. And my thing right now is that I believe it's going to be a Racing Hearts Really Loud Music final. I really hope not. I really hope there's like an upset somewhere that can actually beat out like one of these specials. But how can you say about Really Loud Music? It just feels like it's the perfect episode, considering there's a lot of music in it. There's the story of Luna Loud becoming like a pop star, and the side, and of course the bad parts about being a pop star and all. I think this is definitely going to probably win it, but like I said, who knows, man? This is a lot of episodes of season 3, and there were some pretty surprising episodes that were really good that could, possibly be the champion to say.
My fellow Luna Loud stands, we rise! Play it loud! Play it loud! I got no time for turning it down! Let's go, baby!
I think so. Yeah, this is going to be pretty epic, but I believe this is going to be its rightful spot. We don't know if there are any episodes that can beat it out, but we'll see. This is definitely going to be a really kind of a smooth road for Real Loud Music, but we'll see. There could be some bumpy roads ahead for this episode. We'll face out now against the winner of the number 15 versus 18 seed. And let's go ahead and reveal those to you right now. So the number 15 seed, based off your votes, number 15 seed, based off your votes with 113 votes, goes to the Loudest Thanksgiving. And it will face off against with the number 18 seed with 109 votes, Scales of Justice. So, I kind of think Really Loudest Thanksgiving will probably win this one, but that big matchup between Real Loud Music and Loudest Thanksgiving is another rematch of the matchup we had recently with these two. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one.
I'm honestly surprised the Loudest Thanksgiving wasn't ranked higher. For it to be 15 was actually kind of a shock to me.
Really? I kind of thought it was okay in the 15th seed. I was all right with that. I was thinking, like, if it wasn't against Really Loud Music, then it may have gone all the way to probably to like the final 4. But You got that big roadmap. You got that big Sweet 16 matchup there, right? Against Real Loud Music. That's gonna be tough for Loudest Thanksgiving for sure.
Yeah, no, honestly, for Loudest Thanksgiving, the second round is where that episode the episode Loudest Thanksgiving, it's where that episode comes to die.
So, what do you think about Scales of Justice though, making it to 18? I mean, do you think it has a chance against Loudest Thanksgiving?
No, honestly, I don't. Like I like Scales of Justice. I love Lana Loud as a character, but come on, you got Loudest Thanksgiving, which is the Loud House and Casa Grande's crossover. It's the first time the families are, pretty much all meeting together.
I know, and that's the thing. I really hope like Loudest Thanksgiving actually wasn't placed this high, this low. But we'll see. I mean, this is going to be quite an interesting little matchup here. But yeah, Loud Thanksgiving Scales of Justice will face off against Really Loud Music, whoever wins that 15-18 matchup. All right, let's head over to the bottom half of this little part of the bracket here. With the number 7 seed, based off your votes, with 131 votes. And this is quite a shock to me, by the way, what was number 7. With 131 votes goes to The Spies Who Love Me. It's the Ronnie Ann episode. So, this is the first ever, quote, Casa Grande's episode. So what do you think about this, number 7?
First of all, I just want to say I miss Brianna Yane's voice. Like I miss her Ronnie Ann voice. It's just, it brings so much, nostalgia in me. It's like, oh look, it's the OG Ronnie Ann,
It's the OG Ronnie Ann, but I understand why they kind of took her off. Just the fact that, she's getting deeper voice and all. But still, I mean, Isabella Alvarez still makes a good Ronnie Ann for the Casa Grandes.
She really does. Back to Spice Who Love Me. Like, honestly, yeah, this is honestly a really solid Loud House episode. Yeah, honestly, you saw me almost say Casa Grandes. It's like, yeah, during that time, we didn't even know there was going to be a Casa Grandes series. Well, look, here we are now. And unfortunately, it's going to end because Nickelodeon is stupid.
Anyway, back to don't remind me of that, please. Why would you remind us about that?
Spice Who Love Me. I love this episode. I love how it's one of the very, very first introductions of the entire Casa Grande family, after Relative Chaos. And of course, you got the whole family being protected by Ronnie Ann because it's Granny City, it's a big city, but then she's proven to be independent and can take care of herself, which you have also seen in the Casa Grandes itself. So
I kind of think that this definitely is a pretty, good spot for The Spice Who Love Me. I do love this episode considering that this is Ronnie Ann's first main episode for her. But again, this is tough competition against other big episodes ahead. So we'll see if this could go well for The Spice Who Love Me. Number 7, though, for Spice Who Love Me. And they'll face off against the matchup between the number 10 and 23 seed. So let's reveal those to you right now. The number 10 seed, based off your votes, with 122 votes, goes to City Slickers. That's number 10. And it faces off against the number 23 seed, based off your votes, with 101 votes, Detail Heart. So, your thoughts on this little matchup here?
Okay. Out of those two, I'm rooting for Detail Heart all the way.
Wow. Really? That's a big upset if that was to happen.
Because I love Lola Loud episodes in general. Lola Loud always has, hits with the bangers in, Lola Loud always has these bangers for episodes. It's like they're really stellar episodes, and this is no exception. I do like how it's Lola having to deal with, one of Lucy's haunted dolls, and then, she tries so hard. It's kind of like how it's kind of like the equivalent of sort of like a murder film where a character murders a person and then he hides a dead body somewhere. This is kind of the same thing.
I'm kind of feeling City Slickers though, because I really do love the episode where we get to see Lori be by herself in the big city, and then we get to see Ronnie Ann settling in to the big city, as she just moved out of Royal Woods and everything. And we also get to see all her new friends like Nikki, Samir, and Casey, for example. So at least she's actually settling pretty well over in the big city. And yeah, of course, Lincoln and Ronnie Ann, little moments there, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, my vote goes to City Slickers. Tita Hart, yeah, really good episode, but I don't know about that. I know the Ronnie Ann and Lincoln fans definitely got to go for City Slickers. All right. I guess we'll move down to the bottom here. We'll go straight to the number 3 seed. So we have. So think about it right away. We have Racing Cards as number 1. We have, what was it? Really Loud Music is number 2. We already have number 4, which was Be Still on My Heart. Number 3 is definitely the toss up right now. Kind of makes you think, what would be number 3? What was a really good episode that would make the number 3 seed? And for me, I think this one that kind of deserves it, but I believe this is kind of high. But based off your votes, at the number 3 seed with 154 votes, that goes to Stage Flight. So that Luann and Betty episode is number 3. Omid, what do you think? A little bit high for this episode?
Just a tad high. Like I would say it's mostly in the top 10, not really top 3. I love Stage Plight though. I love how it develops the relationship of Luanny, and it combines itself with the theater arts atmosphere, which I truly appreciate as someone who did a lot of theater. Like that was a really nice touch, and of course Luann is so adorable here,
Mm-hmm.
and Benny. Like Benny is such a sweetheart to Luann. I'm just like Luanny is perfect. They're perfect for each other.
I believe Benny definitely is a perfect couple. I love their current dates right now. I mean, especially in season 6, they turned out to be an awesome couple. But I believe this episode definitely was too high, considering that there's a lot of other things that were like that kind of factored into making Stage Play kind of a meh episode than a stellar episode like number 3. I would make it like 9, 10, but 3 I was just surprising for the fans. I'm guessing the fans really love Luann and Benny and how it all began, I guess.
That would explain it.
So it will face off against the winner of the 14 and 19 seed matchup. Let's reveal those to y'all right now. According to y'all, number 14 seed, based off your votes with 113 votes, that goes to Driving Ambition. Okay, so obviously want to vote for that just because of Lori. And it faces up against the number 19 seed, based off your votes with 108 votes, goes to House of Lies. Okay. I mean, your thoughts on this little matchup here? Like I said, I'm already putting down Lori for this one. But do you think that Lisa episode where she pretty much fixes the whole house because of liars? Do you think it actually has a chance against the Lori episode?
Not at all, honestly. I think Driving Ambition is gonna like run over House of Lies, in my opinion.
Do you think House of Lies was actually supposed to be in the tournament? I kind of felt that was supposed to be like kind of like not in there.
Honestly, it was definitely one of the weaker Lisa episodes, in my opinion.
Yeah, I felt so too. But like I said, Driving Ambition, no doubt. I love the episode just because it's Lori. And it does definitely relate to everybody, considering how nervous she is, especially when it comes to winning a scholarship. I would not be like, this definitely relates to me, considering like I'm a golfer myself, but I don't go for a golfing scholarship. At least Lori does have the nervousness and just the thing about it. I just feel like it was a good episode. So my vote goes to Driving Ambition.
Yeah, me too. I do like the overall message, and then of course those words that you should take in every day, like as a motivation. Don't overthink it, relax and sink it.
That's right. That's my little motto. Thank you, Lori. And yeah, that's the matchup there. Now let's head over to the final 3 episodes that we're gonna reveal for y'all for this tournament. And according to y'all, based off your votes, the number 6 seed overall with 136 votes, that goes to Everybody Loves Lenny. I don't think that's supposed to be that high, but I guess everyone loves Lenny to make it to go number 6.
Everybody loves Lenny. Everybody loves this episode, so kind of speaks for itself, right?
Do you think it's supposed to be deserving of number 6? I kind of felt that maybe not. Maybe like in the top 10, top 15.
I mean, it's definitely top 10 for me, but more like 8, 9, or 10. I really do like this episode as much as everybody likes Lenny. I do. Miguel and Fiona. I love Miguel's first appearance in Everybody Loves Lenny. I immediately loved that guy. I fell in love with him the first moment I saw him in this episode. It was awesome. Jackie and Mandy were pretty good, even though they've been underused lately.
I mean, they did come back though for Grub Snub, for example.
That's really about it. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, if you're going to use Miguel and Fiona a lot more than you're going to use Jackie and Mandy, you might as well have had Lenny choose Miguel and Fiona over Jackie and Mandy. I'm just saying.
That's true. But the other thing too is that at least the Miguel and Fiona does have episodes. Jackie and Mandy only had 1 episode after that episode. And so it's like, can you put more effort in actually bringing them back, if anything? Exactly. Lighthouse Writers, we're looking at you. And now let's go through the final two episodes as we reveal who everybody loves Lady will face off against. It's against the matchup between 11 and 22. So let's reveal those to you right now. According to the all votes, the number 11 seed with 119 votes that goes to Fandom Pains. And it goes and it faces up against the number 22 seed based off your votes according with 101 votes. That goes to Home of the Fave. And that one, I think that's a toss up to me. Home of the Fave definitely was a good episode, but I think Fandom Paints definitely kind of earned that one for number 11. Your thoughts on this matchup here?
Honestly, I'm gonna have to say it's like I love Fandom Pains. It's a solid show that's kind of it's sort of like Lucy Loud, that love for Vampires Melancholia, and how it differs from how Lori and Lenny see that particular TV show. It was really interesting of how it presented two different kinds of fans, where you got Lucy Loud, who's a diehard fan, and you got Lori and Lenny, who are just the casual fans. That was pretty
Exactly.
cool.
So
And also, and
just
also, also one thing, Tristan, Tristan.
oh god, they'll be that kind of fangirl now. Okay, but yeah, I kind of see Phantom Pains definitely winning this one. We don't know how this will go, but yeah, let's see how this goes. But yeah, this is pretty much it. The tournament is pretty much all set. 24 episodes in, and yeah, Omid, your thoughts overall on this tournament?
I just gotta say, there are some things that I highly don't agree with this at all. But then there are some parts I'm just like, okay, good, that makes sense. Really love music as number two. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And also, Racing Hearts and Head Pro Society being in the top five, like that's also really awesome as well. Um, and of course, you got most of these choices, which I'm fine with, sort of fine with. Felt they were a bit too high, felt they were a bit too low, but at the end of the day, a tournament bracket is a tournament bracket. Let's be honest, just like March Madness, anything can happen.
If anything could happen, my thing right now is that who definitely would be the dominant winner. We have to figure out what our champion will be, and it's all based off you guys. Who would definitely win the whole entire tournament of the who will be crowned the best season 3 episode? I mean, we had our best season 1 episodes, season 2 episodes. Season 1 we had what for Bros About to Rock. Season 2 was 11 Louds Leapin'. Season 3 we don't know yet. This is up to you guys to determine what would be, in what would win in the tournament and all. All right. Now here's the thing. Now there are a lot of episodes that definitely kind of deserve to be in the tournament, but to be fair, these are the 24 that made it through the cut. We pretty much cut it in half. All 48 episodes of season 3 pretty much only cut it in half to 24. Now we kind of want to think about like the other episodes that could have made it but barely made it. Like they could have made it if only was a couple of more votes popped up. And this is why we have our new segment called the last 5 out, which means that with only a couple more votes, they could have made it into the tournament to say. So let's reveal those all to you right now. And according to our last 5 out little bracket here, they were pretty high. I mean, 92 votes for the first place one, second, third, fourth, fifth. Yeah, there's just a lot of good ones there. But yeah, let's go ahead and reveal those out to you right now. Omid, what do you think? What episode should have deserved to be in the tournament?
Like I'm trying to think of which other ones there are, because honestly, aside from those, I'm kind of surprised Cooked didn't make it. Cooked was a season 3 episode, right?
Yeah, but then it faced off against the other specials, and unfortunately, that was the worst special according to everybody. Season 3 for season 3.
I gotta be honest. I can see why they would think that, because honestly, personally, that's sort of what I think too. Like Hook, just no trip, just no. It's definitely no really loud music. Okay, it's not even close.
I mean, not all specials can be able to make it to the tournament, so unfortunately, that's the bad part about it. But yeah, let's reveal those last 5 out. With only 92 votes, if it only had like 7 or 8 more votes, it could have actually bumped itself up to the tournament. Number 1 is Net Gains. That one, I kind of, you know what? I like that episode. I really thought it would actually go up there, but no, it didn't make it.
How could Net Gains not make it? It was definitely one of Lynn's best episodes. It's definitely an episode that really did help put Lynn in a more positive light. Like it actually finally made Lynn a well fleshed out character. Whereas its previous season, like season 2, like epic, like utterly failed to do so.
Yeah, exactly. And my thing right here is that Net Games definitely was a better episode for Lynn, considering that it could definitely help her out being a better teammate and all. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it definitely helped her make her look a better teammate. Yes, I would love to see if that actually made it to the tournament, but unfortunately didn't. Only 92 votes for Net Games. Now number 2 with only 81 votes, um it's Crimes of Fashion. It's the one episode where Lenny gets framed and Lincoln and Clyde are supposed to, figure out who's to blame or why Lenny got fired. Your thoughts on this episode being like almost there in the tournament?
Fun fact: it's Fiona's first appearance in the Loud House, but we didn't know that she was actually Lenny's friend until Everybody Loves Lenny. So, also as for this episode, I feel it was like a pretty good episode, but I can see why it wouldn't exactly make it. It's not one of the best season 3 episodes. I just think it was a really good A-side episode. That's that.
I think so. Just the fact that like Clyde and Lincoln were teaming up together on that one. But still, I mean, that's pretty high, not bad. And yeah, of course, this is like the beginning of Lenny's like career in writing girders, and of course, getting fired is definitely the worst thing to have. But yeah, I mean, no doubt about it. I kind of felt like it was kind of not gonna make it anyway. So, Crimes of Fashion number 2, almost there. It was almost there. Just a couple more votes would have been able to bump it up there. All right, number 3 with only 80 votes. That goes to Misconnection. Is the episode where Lori and Bobby were having some, like connection issues, and that they couldn't be able to actually meet up with each other. Your thoughts on this episode not making it?
I'm honestly kind of surprised because this is definitely one of the best lobby episodes. I really do like I especially love how it's a split screen. Like I love the split screen moments where they play out Lori's and Bobby's different scenes like at the same time. I love that. It was a nice touch.
I thought so too. I mean, it definitely with the whole episode just of them trying to at least, succeed like with a relationship and all, just the fact that they're far away. And the other thing too is that they're about to break up also. And I'm like, oh no, please don't. I love Lori and Bobby. And in the end, definitely was really soothing, just the fact that they were able to at least connect to each other and they ended up actually having a fun time, together in that last scene. So yeah,
Definitely.
Misconnection didn't make it. Unfortunately, it's weird considering that it's only 24 episodes. You couldn't be able to bump it up all the way to the top. Yeah, unfortunately, couldn't be able to make it. All right, number 4, according to your all votes, the same votes as 80. Number 4 is Predictability. It's the episode where Lincoln was kind of predictable, and that Lincoln tries to change himself to make sure he's not predictable like everybody else says. Your thoughts on this episode making it to the 4th, almost making it to the episode, almost making it to the tournament?
Like I can see Sunny rage quitting right now because I know for a fact that she loves predictability. I've seen her sing her praises about predictability, and I can definitely see why. It's definitely an episode that sort of plays into Lincoln's character and about how like the series kind of pokes fun of how repetitive Lincoln's day usually is. And honestly, which I find kind of ironic because let's be honest, the early Lincoln Loud, episodes do tend to be as repetitive as predictability actually pokes fun of Lincoln for being. So I found the episode kind of ironic more than anything. But I do like how the ending was a really nice touch of how like just because Lincoln is predictable and does the same things over and over, it doesn't mean that he's not a good character.
He's definitely a great character. He's, obviously a lot of people just kind of predict what he does because he does it every day. He just wants to make some changes. That's the reason why he did this whole predictability thing. Meh of an episode. I kind of thought that was going to make it around this area. Still, I mean, to the 4th, almost making it to the tournament, at least that was still good enough. Only 80 votes, that's not bad, but still maybe a little bit more, maybe some more push of like people to actually say, hey, vote for this episode. Maybe that's could have actually made it to the tournament. But yeah, Predictability definitely the 4th overall that could be able to make it. Last but not least, let's go to our last spot. 5th overall that could have made it to the tournament based off your votes. Only 79 votes for this episode. And it was Mad Scientist.
Whoa.
No, not Cooked. Mad Scientist, Omid.
Mad Scientist. Okay. Now, Mad Scientist, yes, it didn't have the weird time travel bit at the end, but let's be honest, Lisa's musical number kicks so much butt. Like I love that,
Hey,
and also
I'm
the
so
fact that by the fact that it touched upon Lisa's more vulnerable side, in which she misses her family. She actually misses the chaos. She thought that she would fit in quite fine in her new science lab thing, but no, she actually turns out to really miss being in the Loud House because that's where the familial love is.
well, sure, for sure. But my thing right here is that remember Misconnection and Mad Scientist were sister episodes. That was like really close for them. Like it was 80 to 79 when I tallied the votes, and I'm like, whoa, how did this happen? I was like, what? Wait, what? But yeah, Misconnection and Mad Scientist actually were supposed to be able to make it to the tournament. It's just that only one vote was higher for Misconnection. If you can see that right there, 79 votes for Mad Scientist, 80 for Misconnection. You all were in the same boat there, but at least one person voted for Misconnection. It just couldn't be able to make it to the tournament, unfortunately. So, right, that pretty much is it though for those five. But yeah, did you? Which episode did you think should have made it to the tournament?
Net games definitely, misconnection definitely. Net games and misconnection. I'm just like, if you thought that middlemen and Fool Me Twice got snubbed really bad, let me tell you, you ain't see the last of the snubbed episodes yet. You take a look at episodes like Net Games and Misconnection, and you'd be like, okay, this tourney ain't right. This tourney ain't right.
No doubt, no doubt. And yeah, that's pretty much our last five out. But there are a lot of other episodes that were around season 3, but they weren't as stellar compared to like how everyone was voting. I mean, Cooked only had 66 votes, by the way. What was it? Rootless People surprisingly has 72 votes. What is it? There's a lot of episodes, but to say the least, that there's just so many to say. But no matter what, our bracket is pretty much all revealed here, and that is it. Your top 24 episodes, and we're gonna start the tournament on Friday with the first matchup with the 9 and 24. So Selfie Brewer versus Game Boys. So y'all get yourself ready on Twitter and Instagram to vote for those. But yeah, overall, your tournament is complete. It's time to settle it. It's time to settle it with the voting and everything. Hopefully, you all can vote well, and we'll see who will take the crown as the best episode of season 3 for the Loud House.
Yes. So please don't forget, go out and vote. 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 Because remember, democracy rules.
And that's your tournament overall. So that's it for our little show for the tournament bracket reveal show. Hopefully, you all enjoyed our little show tonight. Omid, I do have to say this one more question for you. Your thoughts? Who do you think will win it all?
My prediction. Really Loud Music will take the crown. Really Loud Music will be the king of season 3, or rather the queen of season 3, since it stars the queen of rock and roll, and it stars my favorite Loud sister, and of course, as ambitious and as epic as Really Loud Music is. Like, oh my god, it is just massively powerful.
Okay, I have the dark horse of Beast Out of My Heart winning it. No, it probably won't. But here's the thing. I really hope for an epic matchup between Racing Hearts and Really Loud Music. Whoever wins that is going to be the crown of the best episode of season 3. Who knows, man? This is definitely going to be one heck of a tournament. But yeah, I can't wait to see how this goes.
Yeah, anything can happen,
Yeah, anything can happen, and definitely in this tournament for sure. All right, that's pretty much it for us here. Thank you all for checking out on our episode bracket reveal show. If you do like our podcast, check out Loudcast Talks podcast on all podcast providers on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. That's where our podcasts are going to be. Hold up, let me unlock this. And then also subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And hit the red button for the subscribe button, then also hit the bell button so you get notified whenever we come on live next. And also check out our Twitch channel. Follow our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Loudcast so you get to see our live stream, get to see our streams live before it comes on YouTube the next day. And next Wednesday, before we head off to D23, we have another episode reviews to do before the big vacation. And it's unfortunately the second to last time we're going to be doing this. It's the Casa Grandes episode reviews. We're going to do this on the 7th of September. We're going to be reviewing the latest episodes of the Casa Grandes from The Worst Job, Sound of Metal, Alpaca Lies, and Rocket Plan. And just remember, after this, we only have 4 episodes of Casa Grandes to review. Ooh.
Yeah, so we're at a near end for us reviewing the Casa Grande, sadly, but you know what? We're definitely going to make the best of this. We're going to make the best of this for you guys, especially.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, we can't wait. I don't know, man. I can't say I can't wait for the Casa Grandes episode, man. This is gonna be hard. But yeah, I guess again that's gonna be next Wednesday. We'll be reviewing the latest Casa Grandes episodes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for checking out this tournament reveal show. Like I said, this is going to be one epic tournament to say whoever's going to win will become the champion and will be crowned the best episode of season 3 for the Loud House. But yeah, thanks all for watching. My name is Nate.
And this is Omid saying thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for listening. And remember, don't forget, go out and vote. Democracy rules. Until next time, smell you later, loud crowd.
Let's remember the tournament starts on Friday, so check on your Twitters and Instagram. That's when the first matchups will begin. All right. So hope you guys have a amazing night. We'll see you all next Wednesday.